welcome to the GR Wisdom channel. Hey, thanks again for tuning back in, new and old subscribers, everyone who's tuning in for the first time. I want to thank y'all for clicking on, one of my videos, and hopefully you guys subscribe and you find something you like. Well, I regret to inform you guys, I'm going to be giving you guys some disheartening news, giving you guys some troubling information about one of your anointed this evening. And I know it's going to be hard. This is another edition where I guess some of you feel that I'm going to be slandering one of your anointed or prophets. But this is just another episode in my collection of rogue pastors. Or when pastors go rogue. Or when pastors just feel the need to have sex with one of those that are in their congregation. And this is just another episode of that. And we'll see how far this gentleman goes as far as if he will actually resign his position. The gentleman I am talking about is none other than Chris Hall, who happens to be one of the golden children or proteges of Bishop T.D. Jakes, the famous T.D. Jakes. This gentleman is the pastor of the Potter's House in Denver. And it's one of those mega churches. And he's obviously, getting paid a pretty good substantial amount by, being the head of this flock, so to speak, that T.D. Jakes has put him in this place, so he has to be quite high in stature to be running this church. But like every man, especially every pastor, no man is above reproach. And obviously Chris Hill, regardless of his stellar career thus far, everyone has their personal issues, but this one in particular is doing something that we see all too often. And I've made videos in the past about other pastors, and you have the fans and those blue pill poppers who just hate to accept the fact, and they make all kind of excuses, and they deflect and they defer to other people who are celebrities. And I don't want to argue, but I'm like, this guy's a pastor. Even though he might be a celebrity, he's a pastor. He's a man of God. He has a flock. A celebrity, whatever. But this man is getting up, advising people, counseling people, telling people in front of a pulpit what they should and shouldn't be doing. So basically what came to light in this story is his wife actually put him on blast, finally, and basically said that she can't cover for him anymore. Now, unlike Eddie Long, and I did a video on him and another pastor named Jermaine Simmons, old Jermaine Simmons from out of Florida. That was the pastor who got caught sleeping with one of his parishioners, the wife, and he got caught butt naked and ran up out of the house, but he refused to resign as the pastor. Because he said he was called upon by God to do this, and only God can relieve him. So in reference to Mr. Chris Hill here, his wife basically sends a mass text message out to, I guess, all those who are in leadership or all those who are important figures within the church. She basically tells them that she's tired of living this lie. She's tired of covering for this pastor. He is an adulterer. He has done this 8 years ago, and now he's doing it now. And not only is he doing it now, he's doing it with someone who's in the church. He's sleeping with this woman who's also a spiritual daughter, so to speak, of her and the church and the pastor. And this spiritual daughter, so to speak, is married as well. and she's basically saying that he had this affair, and the way she found out was she hired a private investigator, and after hiring a private investigator, she has enough proof to prove that he was cheating with this girl, which obviously that's another lawsuit in itself if she decides, but it sounds like she wants to make things work out. So she sent this text message going into detail to all these important people in the congregation, and basically said that this issue happened 8 years ago, where it turned out violent, where she confronted him about cheating, and the cops were called, and she's not trying to go down that same path. So with this, she's handling things a little different, but she's now being accused of keying the car of the side chick, and her husband, the pastor, Chris Hall, is telling the side chick to call the police on his wife to press charges. You know, which is, I mean, it is what it is. So basically, after she got this footage from the private investigator, she brought it to his attention, and he finally admitted, yeah, he's cheating with the side chick. And so she asked him to leave, and he wouldn't leave, so the cops got called, and basically, you know, nothing happened from there. So she said that she's done covering for this wayward dude. This dude is one of these cheating rogue pastors, you know, that is putting up a facade to his congregation that he's conducting himself in a certain manner, and he's dipping in the sheets with someone else's wife. Now, the bad thing about it, this girl, her name is Shirnay McFarland. She's also an employee of the Potter's house in Denver. Pastor Chris Hill officiated the wedding, and allegedly he paid for the wedding. There's pictures, and you can probably see on the thumbnail here, where he's actually in pictures with the husband and the wife. There's pictures of him officiating the wedding, you know, and things of that nature. And the girl has a job with the church. And meanwhile, he's, you know, and this happens a lot. I just heard a story from a friend of mine about how married people, pastors, whatever, they'll be up in each other's face right in church, knowing, and this girl has no problem, you know, being up in his wife's face, knowing she's sleeping with this man, and vice versa. Him counseling them maybe as their pastor, talking about their marital issues with those two. Just all these different things that a pastor does, he's doing knowing that he's sleeping with this man's wife. You know, but he was called upon by God. He was anointed, and especially anointed by what do they call him, the Black Pope, T.D. Jakes, to lead this Potter's house in Denver. So he supposedly stepped down, well, not stepped down. He read a letter to his congregation saying he needed to take a month break, or whatever y'all call it. I don't know, sabbatical, all these terms, whatever. He needed to take a month break to get things right with his wife, or excuse me, he was having marital issues to get things right. So my question is, well, first of all, you messed up the money, my man. With this prosperity doctrine, you at a megachurch, you getting a fat paycheck. Regardless of what y'all say, that's what it's all about at the end of the day. So let's cut all the bull. You know, T.D. Jakes is cutting you a fat check by running this megachurch. All you have to do is stick to your job. You're gonna mess with somebody in the church. You know, first, you shouldn't be doing it anyway, but you're gonna mess with someone in the church, a spiritual daughter of you and your wife. You did the wedding. You officiated the wedding. You supposedly paid for it or contributed to it just to have your side piece next to you in church. She's working there. Now supposedly she's fired, so she no longer works there. And we'll see if you're going to be taking the same approach as Pastor Jermaine Simmons, saying that you're not going to step down unless God takes you down. Let's see how T.D. Jakes handled this. If T.D. Jakes just basically tells you to resign or step down, or he just fire you altogether. Because that's bad publicity on TD Jakes by you doing this. So what is it? And I know, like I said, no one is above reproach, but what is it about these men of God that have to sleep with these people? Why is it? Why you got to do this, man? Why you got to do this? You know, why do you, not only that, it's disgusting because the woman is married, you're married, and it's right within the church, someone you're working with, you're married, your wife, and your wife still wants to work it out with you, but you, according to her, according to this text message, you know, she doesn't want to work it out. So where do we go from here? You got the money. You got a beautiful wife, but obviously this girl is younger, and you wanna run these games. So what is it all for? I just asking y'all, why do they do this? Why do they do this? You already got, well, supposedly got what you wanted. Why dabble with someone else's wife if you're gonna do that? First of all. And now this man, just like this other guy, Jermaine, these guys are basically just completely distraught and ruined by the fact that your pastor, a man that you trust, a man that you tell your deepest, darkest secrets to, maybe confessing to about your relationship with your wife, and he's probably over pillow talk with your wife, telling all the stuff that you telling him, sexually and whatever else have you about your wife, and they probably laughing about it in a hotel somewhere drinking Hennessy. Oh, man. I digress. Anyway, I'd like to hear you guys' comments. I know I talked long enough. I want to hear your comments, definitely. Let me hear what y'all have to say about this situation. How y'all feel about it. You know, like, share, like the video. It's free, doesn't cost you a penny. You know, share the video. Sub if you haven't. Click the bell. That way you get all the notifications for all my videos as well. Follow me on social media. Links is in the description. Email me if you got any topics you'd like me to discuss. I'll be happy to do a video on them as well. I'm also accepting donations through the Well of Wisdom. The link is in the description at the bottom. Also, you can check out my video I did on Mr. Jermaine Simmons. The link is in the description, as well as if you guys want to read more about this story with Pastor Chris Hall. I've got a few links. The links is in the description as well. And just remember, anything lost can be found again except for time wasted. Hope you guys have a blessed day. Stay out of trouble and all that good stuff. And I'll see you guys on the next video. Peace.